Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Today we're in Somerset. First time out of the county of Gloucestershire for a little while. But we're in Somerset. We're in the town of Highbridge and we're going to make our way into the other town of Burnham on Sea. Tell you a little bit about it while we're here as well. But I have been to Burnham once before when we did the video at Bringing Down, and I went into Burnham just at the sunset there, but it was only just taking photographs around there. But most welcome here. This is Highbridge station, so I've caught the train down from Gloucester today, changing at Bristol Temple Meads. Forgot where I was then. This that I'm walking on at the moment, I believe, is the River Brew, and it's an important crossing point for communications between Bristol and the further southwest. So this here, there you can see the River Brew there, just down there, and we're going to make our way across the footbridge and into the town. I'm just walking along the old railway track bed now. This is a line which was the Somerset Central Railway, later part of the Somerset Dorset when the extension was built to Bath, and that way is the direction of Highbridge station where there was a crossover in the main line, and then obviously back down towards Glastonbury in Wales. This way takes you directly to Burnham on Sea, so this is the route that the railway line would have once taken you right into Burnham and the seafront here. So I've just come round following the old railway track, brings you into Apex Park. There is another path that way which takes you along the river, and then you can walk your way around towards the esplanade. But this here used to be gravel pits. Apex Park gets its name from the fact there used to be a tile factory here or hereabouts called Apex, hence the name. But here we are in Burnham on Sea, and as you've probably seen, there's an event going on. I didn't really know about it till last minute. The Antiques car show, not antiques, you know what I mean, classic cars. Wonderful to see those. Free entry to that, closed off the streets, brilliant atmosphere. Hope you enjoyed the shots of those wonderful cars, which take ages to restore and get them looking like in that fantastic pristine condition. In Burnham as well, you've got dotted around the town these fantastic murals, of which this one here is a wonderful example. So here I am on Burnham Beach, wonderful beach, huge beach, goes along there to the lighthouse, which I included in the photos at the end of my Breen video, which I do hope to go back to again to cover the fort. But yeah, so I've been coming around here doing some photography. I'm going to include that now, using my standard lens, some in black and white, some in colour. Hope you enjoyed those before we continue our adventures here in Burnham on Sea. Now I expect that many of you already know this, but Burnham on Sea Pier is actually the shortest pier, I think, in the United Kingdom. It's certainly in England, but I believe it is in United Kingdom. Just a short stub of a pier there, much, much shorter than the ones we've seen previously on the channel at Weston-super-Mare and at Clevedon, that wonderful restored pier there in the North Somerset area. I'm going to make my way now to a slipway. I've also just met up with Louise. We had planned a meeting here. It's not a collab video today, but we just decided to come here as a last minute thing last night to meet up for a coffee, chat about YouTubey things and do a bit of photography and filming around this lovely town here in Somerset. So I'm making my way over to this slipway to talk about that. Now, though it doesn't look like it, this slipway behind me here has a railway connection, and that this slipway was part of the Somerset and Dorset Railway, that much beloved railway here in Somerset. It's a wonderful place. When they decided to come to Highbridge and then do the extension onto Burnham on Sea, they thought, as well as tapping into Highbridge Wharf and all the activities around there, they built this pier here. They actually had a couple of their own ships which they used to go out to South Wales to bring in day trippers from South Wales and also take out people from Somerset over the other side of the Bristol Channel into South Wales as well. It wasn't a huge success though, and I think part of the reason for that is you can see just how far the tide is out today. And that's why financially it didn't really work for the good old Somerset and Dorset Railway. Now Burnham on Sea really came about because it was originally a fishing village in the 18th century, and towards the end of the 18th century tourism started. Before Victorian times, people decided to come down from places like Bristol and Bath and up from the cities of Exeter and Plymouth to have trips here to spend either a day by the seaside or much longer. Of course, when the railway arrived, then things really took off completely, with hotels coming into the town, shops catering for the day trippers and people here on longer stays, until the popular place is today. And it's really good today with the festival on, with those vintage cars and the sun out, although it has disappeared in now, to see so many people here in Burnham on Sea in Somerset. So I'm continuing to walk along this wonderful sea wall which was constructed in 1988, and around Burnham on Sea there's lots of shipwrecks, there's lots of legends as well. I'm not sure whether they're all true or not. We're heading down here to where the estuary is and where the River Brue, which you'll remember from the very start of the video when I was walking along Highbridge railway station platform, we saw the river there. This is where it comes out and meets the Bristol Channel. But there was lots of shipwrecks dotted around here with the rocks, and particularly on what is known as Gore Point. And that's why it was essential for the town to have lighthouses. It's actually got 3 lighthouses. The one at the far end, which is known as the Long-Leaded Lighthouse, was actually built in around the 1820s. I'll put in the exact year below. But it was decommissioned in 1969 and recommissioned again some 30 years later in the 1990s. And now that is the one and only lighthouse in the Burnham on Sea area. Now, the legends that they have around here is that some of Burnham on Sea have got smuggling tunnels underneath what was then the village when it was a fishing village, and there was trade done from Flatholm and Steepholm right out there in the channel. In fact, they stored some of the contraband out on those islands, but no proof to show that that was ever the case. So we're now looking at the River Brue estuary and where it meets the Bristol Channel. So the Bristol Channel, there we go, out over there. You can actually see Hinkley Point nuclear power station under construction there on the horizon. But here it's quite an extraordinary sight because the River Brue is going through these tidal mud flats here, which are really, really quite deep and gives a very strange and almost eerie effect to the landscape. Now this here really is quite an extraordinary sight. I've never been to this part of Burnham on Sea before, and we're looking at the tidal River Brue, and what you'd think it would do would go straight out that way to join the Bristol Channel, but of course it doesn't. It makes this sinuous curve, almost like an S shape. It's going round there. I think there's a Canada of geese there just coming into view, flying on the top of the river, and it then bends its way round to the left, and then it swings its way round to the right. You can make out those red markers there for the boats to navigate their way down the channel of the River Brue before it meets the Bristol Channel. But yes, quite an extraordinary sight, I think you'll agree. Now Louise has just pointed this out to me. We have some tracks here on a slipway above the River Brue. I don't know anything about this. Obviously it's narrow gauge, some kind of narrow gauge. Now whether it's just to guide boats on the slipway itself or originally was for trucks going from the River Brue, which is just here, I'm not entirely sure. But interesting. I will do some research into that, and if I find something out, I will put that in as a subtitle in the usual way. Thanks, Louise. So I'm currently walking from the bit where the River Brue meets the Bristol Channel. I have a seawall on this side of me, which goes into Haven Holiday Park on that side, and we've still got boats extending all the way there along the Brue, as far as we can see, and it has yet another curve. And further on there, it would have gone on to Highbridge Wharf, which was one of the main places of employment at Highbridge Market Town, adjacent to Burnham on Sea. So I'm going to wrap today's video off here at Burnham on Sea in wonderful Somerset. Well, we're actually between Burnham and Highbridge at the moment. I've got Louise with me today. Thank you very much for accompanying me today, Louise.
That's okay, my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And it was great to have a coffee, and we were doing some filming and photography as well. So Louise will also have a video from Burnham. It'll be a different one to mine, so check out Louise's channel. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video as well. Hope you enjoyed it today.
Thank you. I'm continuing this walk, by the way, so if you want to see where this walk goes, have a look at my channel. I'll show you the rest of the walk to Apex Park. Excellent.
So yes, Louise will be doing Apex Park in the video, so that'll be well worth watching. Thanks very much.
Thank
Cheers
you.
now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.